60 pounds. That's what you notice first. Not the flag, not the title, not the myth. Just the weight digging into your shoulders, while the Carolina air wraps around you like a damp wool blanket someone forgot to wring out. You show up to Scout Sniper School thinking maybe you're tough. Turns out, you're inventory. Replaceable. The instructors don't bark. No Hollywood theatrics. They stand there with clipboards and blank faces, like mechanics inspecting parts on an assembly line. Somewhere, quietly, they've already tagged you. Promising, borderline, dead weight. You'll never see the list. You'll just feel it. 70% won't make it. They say it the first morning, the way someone might mention a chance of rain. Casual, almost bored. And people drop. Fast. The first week? No shooting. That surprises some guys. Instead, you crawl. You crawl so slowly, ants get impatient with you. You stitch together a ghillie suit from burlap and whatever scrub you can yank from the ground until you look less like a man and more like something the earth coughed up. Dirt under your nails, in your teeth, in places I won't describe. After a while, you stop wiping it off. Patience becomes the weapon. The rifle's just the punctuation mark.
Guys quit in batches. Hypothermia after a night movement, blown knee. One kid just vanishes. Rack stripped, gear turned in, ghosted before dawn. Nobody announces it. The formation closes the gap. That's it. You stay. Not because you're exceptional. Honestly, maybe you're not. But the idea of quitting feels worse than the pain. So you don't. They assign you to a team that needs warm bodies more than perfection. You're number 2, which sounds better than it feels. Sergeant Reyes runs the show. 5 deployments behind him. He's not old, but his eyes are, like they're focused on something half a world away. He sits in restaurants facing the door, always. Pauses a beat before stepping into any room. At night, through the thin barracks walls, you hear him fighting something in his sleep. You don't ask. You're the spotter. He fires, you think. Range, wind, angles, IDs, logs. You're the extra brain bolted onto his shoulder. First deployment is somewhere you mispronounce the first 3 weeks. The rules change constantly. The enemy doesn't wear a sign. Could be the guy buying bread, could be the kid waving. You learn to read hands, hips, the rhythm of a crowd. It's strange what your brain starts noticing when it has to. The first kill is a man with an RPG. 800 meters. You confirm. Reyes sends it. Through the scope, you see the impact before the sound reaches you. Physics is funny that way. 1 second he's lining up on your convoy, next second he's not. The launcher clatters away unused. You expect something. Triumph, nausea, fireworks in your chest. Instead, it's quiet, clinical. The shot was clean, the target valid. You tuck his face somewhere deep, like shoving a file into a drawer you'd rather not open again. Then you get back to work.
Reyes retires. 5 tours and the bill comes due. Alcohol, divorce papers, that faraway look hardwired in. Now it's your rifle up front. Your first shot is routine, 600 meters, steady wind. Boring, almost. You'd laugh if it weren't serious. But the hard ones, the messy, no room for error shots, those change you. 3 hostages in a valley, Americans. Intel checks out, clock ticking loud enough you can almost hear it. You set up at 1,400 meters, farther than you've ever done for real. The wind down there moves like it has its own personality, shifty, moody. Your new spotter feeds you numbers that feel, if you're honest, half science, half prayer. You lie in the dirt for hours, legs numb, jaw tight, waiting. Sunset, that thin golden light that makes everything look almost peaceful, almost. You squeeze. The bullet seems to take its time, then the guard folds. The assault team moves. 20 minutes later, the hostages are airborne. 3 people alive because you didn't miss. Something shifts. Not pride exactly, not relief either, just a recalibration. You go back to the school later, this time wearing the instructor patch. Funny thing about teaching, it exposes your blind spots. You think you understand why something works until a 22-year-old asks why, and you don't have a clean answer. So you dig deeper. You get better. You start predicting who'll survive. It's rarely the biggest guy. It's the stubborn ones. The ones who treat failure like data instead of doom. The adaptable ones. Still, standing on the sidelines dulls you. The edge softens. Violence becomes theory instead of muscle memory. When another deployment slot opens, you don't overthink it. You sign. Of course you do.
They call you the old man now. Half joke, half respect. The gear's smarter. The kids are faster with tech than you'll ever be. Your knees ache before storms. Better forecast than any weather app. You make a 1,700-meter shot that ends up in PowerPoint slides and whispered stories. Bad angle, wind playing tricks, seconds to set. You hit because missing wasn't acceptable. People call it legendary. You call it a mix of training and luck. Heavy on the luck, though you won't say that in the brief. And then there's the other shot. Bad intel. Your fundamentals were perfect. The result wasn't. Civilian. The report says collateral damage. Clean phrase. Sanitized. In plain language, it feels like something else. You don't sleep much after that. Months, maybe more. The rules cleared you. Your head didn't. And if you ever stop feeling that weight, well, that would scare you more than the mistake itself. Pain means you're still human. I think that matters. Nobody hands you a certificate that says master. It's a word your peers start using after you've outlasted most of them. It really just means you didn't break, or you didn't break publicly. Your last deployment feels heavier because you know it's the last. You look at your team differently, memorize small things, the way one guy laughs, the way another tapes his fingers before a climb. The final shot? Completely ordinary. You don't even realize it's your last until you're strapped into the flight home. 22 years, hundreds of missions. You stopped counting kills a long time ago. Counting people feels off, like keeping score in a place where nobody really wins. Home isn't simple. Grocery stores feel loud. You sit facing doors without thinking. Some relationships survive, some don't. That's the part nobody puts on recruitment posters. And yet, people are breathing because you were good at something dark. Hostages came home. Convoys rolled through. The ledger will never balance neatly. War doesn't do neat. The rifle stays in its case now, top shelf of the closet. Dust collects.